Hello, my name is Frank Saratella. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm a miracle. I'm supposed to be dead. Jesus gave me a second chance in life in 2012 when they closed the expressways in Chicago and pulled me out of my truck and rushed me to a trauma center. In 1984 is when Jesus changed my life. If you'd like to read my testimony, click on the link below. My website is called midnightcry.com. On it, you'll find my testimony. You'll find I've got books that have been published on Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble. You can read them all in their entirety for free. Everything on my website is for free. You'll find great study tools to help you draw into a closer, much more intimate relationship with Jesus. For those of you who are returning, again, I always like to thank you, and I really appreciate your support. Wasn't planning on doing this video, but at 4:07 this morning, the Lord woke me up and told me I need to do this. So, in obedience to what the Lord has told me, I'm going to share some of the thoughts that the Lord has given me. I'd like to start out by using and talking about Methuselah. Methuselah, many people have heard the name, but many people, multitudes of people, have no idea the importance of the name and the importance of the person. Methuselah was Noah's grandfather. He lived 969 years, the oldest living man in recorded history. But the most important part of Methuselah is Methuselah's name had a meaning. Methuselah's father was Enoch. And in the Word of God it said that Enoch walked with God, Enoch pleased God, and God took him. Enoch was no more. And God had told Enoch to name his son Methuselah. And the name Methuselah in the Hebrew translated means his death will bring. A looser translation is, it will come when he is dead. So everyone that knew Methuselah knew his name had a special meaning. 969 years old, and the translating of his name meaning his death will bring, or it will come when he is dead. Now, the significance of this. Methuselah was Noah's grandfather, and God called Noah to build the ark. And it took 100 years to build that ark. 100 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at something. God is love. Allow me to repeat that. God is love. So God knew the vengeance he was going to unleash on a very corrupt, very violent world that had no Bibles. And knowing what God was going to do, he warned the people for 969 years that when Methuselah died, his death will bring. Now, what it would bring, nobody knew at the time, until Noah came on the scene. And God instructed Noah to build an ark. And Noah starts building the ark. And Noah completes the ark. 100 years to build the boat. 969 years of God's warning through Methuselah. It will come when he is dead. His death will bring. And let me give you a fact, ladies and gentlemen. God in his love warned the people through the name of Methuselah, his death will bring. And for 100 years, God warned the people that a flood was coming and building the ark with Noah. And only 8 people were on the ark. Think about that. Only 8 people were on the ark. Noah, his wife, his 3 boys, his 3 daughter-in-laws. That was it. And Noah had hundreds, maybe thousands of relatives, nieces, nephews, cousins, aunts, uncles. Not to mention all the friends and all the people that he knew in his walk of life. 8 people. 8 people were on the boat, and God had warned people for 969 years that Methuselah's death was going to bring. And then Noah building the boat. And only 8 people got on. Why only 8 people? Because the whole world wouldn't believe that God was going to bring judgment. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you you have no concept of what's coming, hear me. You have no idea what's coming. And God, for years upon years, has been warning us. And the last couple years, it's become more intense with dreams and visions that He's given people from Dana Cornerstone to other people, including myself. And the reason these dreams and words have not come to pass is because when God unleashes His vengeance, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. There's no turning back, ladies and gentlemen. For the last 4 or 5 days, the Lord has been showing me in the Word what's coming. The Great Tribulation, Matthew 24:21. There will come a time that has never been nor ever will be. And see, what we have to do is we have to, number one, get humble before the Lord and let the Lord teach us, and then allow Him to show us how to rightly divide the Word, so the Word of God becomes a puzzle that all comes together. In Revelation chapter 8, verse 1, it said, "Then when Jesus opened the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven for the space of about a half an hour." He ends the chapter in verse 13 of chapter 8. "An angel flew amongst the midst of heaven, saying, Woe, woe, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth." The opening of the 7th seal is the unleashing of God's judgment. The unleashing of God's judgment all through the prophets and in the New Testament is the day of the Lord. It's a day of devastation and destruction, a day of complete chaos, a day when God unleashes His vengeance on a mankind culture that has spurned God, that has mocked God, that has embarrassed God, that has blasphemed God, on a hypocritical culture that has ignored God. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're going. You need to get prepared. What God is going to unleash on the Christian culture and America is going to be unprecedented. Unprecedented, ladies and gentlemen. There will be rioting in streets. There will be anarchy in streets like we've never known before. You will not be able to get out of your house. That's why the Lord continues to impress upon me and others, stock up food and water for 6 months. Pull your money out of the bank. This is where it's going, and it's coming quick. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to get before the Lord and ask Him to show you the idols in your heart. You need to get before the Lord and ask the Lord to teach you to love Him with all of your heart. Sell out for Jesus, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to sell out for Jesus. There's a reason why God has given many dreams and visions to people. It's to warn us. One of the dreams that the Lord has given me is the infiltration of Russian troops in America from coast to coast. The collapsing of the American economy. The crashing of the White House up in flames. With bodies, dead bodies all over. Ladies and gentlemen, God is going to bring a great slaughter. Read Ezekiel chapter 7 and you will see where God brings a slaughter to His own people. A Holocaust. And I've done a video on this. The coming American Holocaust. Ladies and gentlemen, it's coming. Get prepared. 800 FEMA camps in America. that are waiting as they round up the people that will be against their ideologies. If you're a Christian, be prepared for persecution. We're moving into a place, ladies and gentlemen, America has never known before. Because God is going to unleash his vengeance on a culture, a Christian culture, that has done nothing but embarrass God, that has been hypocritical towards God, that has mocked God, all in the guise of making reputations and names and building kingdoms for themselves. God is saying enough. God is going to wipe America as one who wipes a dish, wiping it clean and turning it upside down. And God is going to plow California as one who plows a field, leaving it in astonishment, a devastation, and a desolation. And what God is going to do to the culture of Christianity today will be unprecedented. As you hear churches being swallowed up in the ground, as you hear people behind pulpits dropping dead, as you hear congregations coming down with sicknesses and diseases and plagues that nobody has any idea where they came from and what they are. Ladies and gentlemen, now is a time to search your heart. Now is a time to seek the Lord while he may be found. Now is a time to call upon the Lord while he may be found. It's near. It's near. It's so near. It's so near, ladies and gentlemen. Please hear this cry. It's coming, and it's coming. And when God unleashes all of his vengeance, there's no turning back, and there's no door to shut it. Please hear this cry. Please hear the cry. Get before the Lord and get on your face and ask the Lord to show you your heart. Get in the ark, ladies and gentlemen. Get in the ark. It's coming. Be prepared. Please be prepared. There's so much more I want to share, but I can't right now. There's so much more. And multitudes of people will not understand, nor will they be prepared for what God is going to do. For those of you who hear this message, take stock of your heart and your walk with Jesus. Eternity is a long time, and the presence of a holy God is nothing like we've been known, nothing we've been taught. He's so holy, he's so pure. The consuming fire. He can be with no sin. He can be with no darkness. That's why we have to overcome our sin. And I've taught this before in the book of the Revelation. He who overcomes, the word overcome means to conquer. And God's given us all the tools we need to conquer. To conquer our pride, to conquer our lust, to conquer our anger. Ladies and gentlemen, I pray and I beg you to hear this message and get before the Lord. It's coming, and it's coming quickly, very, very quickly. The anarchy, the vengeance, the bloodshed, it's coming very soon, and you need to be prepared. Thank you for listening to this message.